topic is talk about college English majors, listening strategy, and difficulty while taking TOEFL. My presentation includes 5 parts. First, introduction, literature review, methodology, result, and conclusions. The purpose of the study was to find out English majors, listening strategies, and listening difficulties, mainly proficiency difference and grade difference in taking the TOEFL listening comprehension test. With assistance of strategies, learners' proficiency will be improved and their self-confidence will be increased. 4 sources of listening difficulties is the message, the speaker, the listener, and the physical setting. The participant will conclude 169 English majors. They are divided into high, mid, and low proficiency listeners according to their scores in the TOEFL listening comprehension test. The instruments in the study includes the listening comprehension section of the TOEFL, a listening strategy and a difficulty questionnaire, and an interview guide. The research question 1. What are the listening strategy and listening difficulty of English majors while taking the TOEFL listening comprehension test? The result is English majors tended to adopt metacognitive strategy most frequently, followed by cognitive strategy and then affective strategies. And they also, before listening to the test, they also tend to prepare themselves to concentrate on the test. The listening difficulty includes 4 parts. First is test factor, listener factor, process factor, and speaker factor. The test difficulties include unrepeated text, unknown words, professional contents, and lengthy sentence. As to listener factor, the limited vocabulary, unfamiliar with the contents, lack of practice, and intonation in attention. During the listening process, the participants usually thought about previous contents which made them unable to pay attention to the following passage. In the terms of the speaker factor, the speaker's fast speed was the most difficulty. The research question 2. Is there any difference in listening strategy and listening difficulty among different proficiency levels when English majors take the TOEFL listening comprehension test? The result is high proficiency listeners will listen for keywords and find the meanings from contents, and the achiever will find the known words. The low achievers will find keywords but could not understand few words and do nothing. The difficulty about the high proficiency listeners had difficulties in the speaker fast speed and male voice, and the mid proficiency listeners had difficulties in fast speed, linking sounds, and informal English, and the low proficiency listeners had difficulties in fast speed, male or female voice, linking sounds, and informal English. The research question 3. Is there any difference in listening strategy and listening difficulty among different grade levels when English majors take the TOEFL listening comprehension test? The result is freshmen and sophomores use more translation strategy than junior and seniors. The higher graders tend to predict, associate, relate to known words, and resort cognitive significantly more frequently than lower graders did. The lower graders had more difficulty than higher graders. For example, like getting the main ideas, poor English competence, fast speed of the speaker, and unrepeated text. The conclusion, the study provides some suggestions for us. First, learners need to be instructed with different type of listening tasks. Second, English major need to be instructed with knowledge in different professional fields. Final is English learners need to be instructed with listening strategies. And that is my presentation. Thanks for your listening.
Don't tell me that you don't have any questions. You should. Come on, questions? No? That is weird. What happened to this? Okay.
I have a question about maybe the previous slides. The researcher mentioned about the interview guide. Okay, but I don't know if I lost it or not. I didn't see anything about that part. So I wonder, is that part of the procedure or I don't know.
The